consistency is key. I think that is key to life. You have to be consistent. If it's something that you want, you're gonna have to work for it. It's not just gonna come to you.
When I interview people and you start talking about why you need this job, my kids are in school and I got a sick kid, or I got my wife, that's not my problem. My problem is my customer's issue. And until you understand that that's what I'm trying to do, is satisfy my customer, your needs and wants are irrelevant to the job. And so when they forget that and concern themselves about what their needs are, it's a very short-lived relationship with us.
People have developed teamwork skills. They have been involved in extracurricular activities. They have been part of something other than just themselves. So those are good things. I think run with that and develop that. But let's keep your head up and keep your eyes on the person you're talking to. Let's make sure you develop those interactions and your ability to read other people and to get engaged with them. I think those are some of the soft skills we really need our young folks to develop.
More need is respect, the yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am, smiling, being polite, respecting others, trying to see things from another person's point of view if there's an issue or a concern. When they shake hands, shaking hands with a firm handshake and making eye contact, things like that. Being confident, standing upright, and not so much looking down and always being distracted or thinking that there's something else that could be going on that's not important as what's at hand right now. Taking every situation as an opportunity to learn and grow, making sure that they can, if they're doing something right, continue to build upon the strength, and if it's something that they need to work on, address what they need to work on and try to improve that.
One of the things we look for is a person with a lot of energy, someone who can answer our questions with enthusiasm, and someone who is not negative about their prior employment, someone who just shows a willingness to learn and shows a willingness to be taught.
And I say it's really, you should come in with the mindset of what you're gonna do, what you're gonna give back. Because as you sow into other people, you sow into your community, you are getting the benefits as well. You're prospering. You sow into other people, you prosper as well. So I think it's important to give back to your community, to participate, to be just a functioning, more than functioning member of society.
In today's world of technology and communication through technology, it's fabulous. We need it. We enjoy it. It's very, very fast moving. But when we live in the world of a cell phone with our head down all the time and we communicate like this, actually in a non-silent world, in a silent world of talking through texting, we forget to look up and have that eye contact and to verbalize. And it's critical to be able to do that.
Harvard did a study recently where they looked at where the jobs will be by 2020 in the American economy. What they found was that 57% of new jobs by that time will require more than a high school diploma, but less than a 4-year degree. In Louisiana, the percentages are a little bit different. We believe that by 2020, as much as 85% of the new employment in our state will fall within that sweet spot of more than a high school diploma, but less than a 4-year degree. And that's exactly what BIPSI exists to do, is to train folks for those jobs. When I went to college, I went for 4 years. Some of my friends went for 5 years. The higher education environment is just different today. Folks need to train for opportunities that exist in the regional economy. The idea of studying, French literature, it's just not going to fit for everyone. If you really want to find work, then you've got to be looking at those opportunities that exist in our economy.
So I strongly suggest whenever you are preparing for an interview, the first thing is to make sure that you research that company and you know what that company does, what are the services or products that they provide, so that you can be familiar engaging in conversations with your interviewers. I would also suggest that before you go for the interview, you know where you're going, where that location is going to take place, about how long it's going to take you to get there, and be sure that you prepare for any delays that you may encounter so that you can arrive about 10 minutes early. I also suggest that you be familiar with the job that you're applying for. That way you can speak and ask questions on that specific job. And also prepare a list of questions that maybe you want to know a little bit more about the job that the job description didn't say on the posting, or the company, so that you can feel like you're making the best decision for that position.
Things don't always come fast, and if they do come fast, you don't necessarily appreciate it. It takes time. Building a career takes time. So be patient, get all your degrees, your certifications, get everything prepared so that when the opportunity presents itself, you can capitalize on that.
Building relationships is very important. In business, in life, building relationships, and it's so amazing. Right now I'm actually going through a class about relationships, and I've been doing it now for about 4 months. Knowing how to go in and how to come out when dealing with people, knowing the attitude to have when you deal with people, knowing how to speak to them when you're networking and all of this on board, knowing how to use that as a tool to get to the next step in life. If you speak to somebody kind, they may pick you over the person that didn't speak when they walked in the door. So certainly networking, meeting people, having a smile on your face when you greet people, shaking their hand and being very firm when you do it, it's priceless.
Recommendation to anybody that's out there starting to look for an education or a career is to take advantage of everything that's out there. There's so many resources, and sometimes students don't take full advantage of that. And what I would like for them to know is that the community and technical college system provides a multitude of resources. You might be that person who didn't complete high school. You have an opportunity to earn that high school equivalency with us. You could be the person who earned a 4-year degree, who is now out in the workplace trying to find a job and realizing that without more solid, specific job skills, those jobs aren't available. We have more transfer students coming to us in the community and technical college systems with 4-year degrees than ever before, because those students are realizing the value of a technical education.
When Shreveport Communication is looking for an employee, they're always looking for different levels. We have levels of entry where you can come in and you maybe not know very much, but you have an opportunity to learn and grow really from the ground up. But we also are looking for and always demand that we have to have a certain level of experience, a certain level of certifications, a certain level of degree. So we're looking for those as well.
I think you just start anywhere. A lot of people can get you in the door, but you have to keep yourself there. And so you always have to just keep pushing yourself and getting better and showing people that you might have started here, but that's not where you want to go. You kind of fill out what you want to do. And so I would recommend just people just starting somewhere. The main thing, you can always move up, but you're relying on somebody to take that first step to get you in the door. And that's the most important step. And then after that, the sky's the limit, because you're in control of where you want to go. You tell people, you set goals, you talk to your managers, and you pursue what you want.
If anybody was perfect, we wouldn't be a human being. Everybody makes mistakes. The deal is keep trying and keep doing what you need to do. If you go out and get this expungement, if you have a criminal history and you have straightened up your life, a lot of people make mistakes early in life and they will go out and do things. But the other side of it is you've got to keep trying. You cannot quit. If you want a job and you want it bad enough, you'll be able to find something and you'll be able to build your reputation that shows that you've changed your life. So that is the most important thing I can say, is keep trying and keep working, because there's always hope.
Look for opportunities to help others outside your particular job. There's going to be many occasions when an employer, a boss might say, we've got this special project coming up, would you be interested in helping out? Remember the phrase, I'll take care of it. Use that phrase a lot. It's going to be very beneficial for you. It's going to be impressive to the bosses and the management of the company that you're willing to step up and do some other things over and above your normal job to help the company and help the company be successful.
What I would like to say to the youth in the city of Shreveport is that the employers expect for you to show up prepared for work. And when you show up prepared, you've done your homework. Your homework may consist of checking out the organization that you're prepared to go to work for. Make sure you know who you're going to work for. Look on the website. Research that business. Look up under the news press release that company may have. Learn something about the company. Don't just show up, but show up prepared to work.
My students have a lot of challenges. They have a lot of life doesn't stop when you're in school. And as a single parent and in a new area, don't have a lot of family support, and it's not easy. And so your school, or my school, we become their family. We become their support system. There's someone they can go to. There's someone that, we understand on a hard day, but we don't let them give up. Single parent, in a new area, there's different, I've had transportation, housing, all those things we understand. And if it's not me that's been through it, it's one of my faculty or employees that, understand our student and always come from a place of compassion, but a place of, helping them drive them over the finish line, because we're not going to let them quit. We say that at orientation, we won't let you quit, because they have to finish, and that's our everyday goal. They are our purpose.
There's a learning lesson in every opportunity. It's a learning lesson in every opportunity. So sometimes, you get that first job and you think you're ready to conquer everything, you know everything, you've learned it all. But you have to be mindful that there are steps along the way that you have to take. And sometimes being in a certain spot today does not dictate where you are in the future, but take a moment to reflect about where you are, at that moment, and think about, what you would do differently once you hold higher position.